All right, we're in chapter 4.10, place the first digit, and looks like we're doing standard long division. You should be excited. This is how we do long division. Some of the other methods that you've been practicing help you to understand place value and what the numbers actually mean and how multiplication relates to division. But now we're going to just learn how to do long division, kind of the old-fashioned way. Let's take a look first. They want us to divide 144 by 6. 144 divided by 6 looks like this. Now, a lot of times you see this symbol, and this right here means divided by. This symbol means goes into. At least that's what I like people to say. Because a lot of times students get it mixed up. If it's 144 divided by 6, then how many times does 6 go into 144? So that's the first thing. It's not the small number that goes out here, it's the second number. You could have a small number divided by a large number. For instance, you could have 6 divided by 12. Well, what you would need to say is how many times does 12 go into 6? And you might say that's impossible, but it's really not. We just get a decimal answer. So first of all, you need to understand it's not the small number that goes in front here. It's the second number. It's the number that it's being divided by. 144 divided by, I didn't write my y in by, divided by. 144 divided by 6 is the same as how many times does 6 go into 144. So we just basically switch them. But you have to understand that these two numbers are the divisor. Okay, back to what we're supposed to be learning. Alrighty. So we have 6 goes into 144, and they want you to understand how to place the first digit. Well, what we do is we kind of look at this first one, and what we traditionally do is say, does 6 go into 1? No. So now we combine the two. Does 6 go into 14? Yes. And so we think, well, 6 times, how many times does 6 go into 14? Well, we think it's 2. All right, but what the people here want us to understand is that 2 is really 20. And we put it here. This is in the tens place. This is the ones place. This is the tens place. And this is the hundreds place. So we're asking ourselves, what is 6 times 20? Now, you don't actually have to do this, but I want you to understand it, and that the whole point of what we've been doing leads up to that. 6 times 20 is 120. So we're really going to put 12 here, but we could write the whole 120. Make sure that we're in the right place value. It means that the hundreds place is in the hundreds place, and the tens is in the tens. And this 2 is lined up in the right place. So lining things up is super important. We're not going to talk about it a lot in the future because you will understand it and you'll know how to do it. But we're going to talk about it this one time. So hopefully that makes sense. So 20 times 6 is 120. Now we subtract. We have this 4, subtract 2. We don't usually have this 0 here, so we're going to pretend that I didn't put that there. 4 minus 2 is 2. And that's and then you have to bring down your 4, which I would have done if I had just plain subtracted. Now we need to see how many times does 6 go into 24. Well, that's pretty easy. That's just a simple multiplication problem. Go back to my blue. 6 times 8. Not 6 times 8. 6 times 4 is 24. So we're going to put 4 up here. 6 goes into 24 4 times, and we're going to put it up here in the ones place. And we just kind of work our way this way. 4 times 6 is 24. And then when I subtract, I end up with 0. There's no remainder, and we're done. So 144 divided by 6 is equal to 24. This is the quotient. The quotient is the answer to a division problem. All right, so you probably already know how to do this. So we're just going to keep on rolling. I want you to skip page 176 and just start doing the division problems. I'll do a couple with you. Let's do the share and show. There are 452 pictures of dogs in 4 equal groups. All right, how many pictures are in each group? So 452 pictures of dogs divided into 4 groups. Well, we need to change that so that it's long division. So we say, well, how many times does 4 go into 452? And they already have that there, and you have to write the rest down. Well, does 4 go into 4? Why, yes, it does. How many times? 1 times. And again, this this is on the side. That means 4 times 100, because this 1 is in the hundreds place, which is 400. We can ignore it, but we have to understand it. 1 times 4 is 4. Then we subtract. We're really subtracting 400 from 400, and that leaves us with 0 here, but we bring down our 5. This 5 is really a 50. All right? So then the next step is, how many times does 4 go into 5? Well, it goes in the same amount of times. But it's really not 4 into 5, it's really 4 into 50. And this 1 is not really 100 like it was before, it's really in the tens places. It's over this 5, which is the tens place. So 4 times 1 really means 4 times 10, which is 40. 1 times 4 is 4. And when I subtract 5, take away 4, I get 1. This is really a 10. And when I bring down my 2, I can see that it's a 10 because I've added 2 to it, and I get 12. 10 plus 2 is 12. And now I'm really kind of just doing standard long division. 4 goes into 12 3 times, because 3 times 4 is 12. So I think 3 times 4 is 12, and I write my answer right here. I don't actually have to write any of these down. I'm just wanting you to understand how we're starting in the hundreds place, then moving to the tens place, and then working on the ones place. 12 take away 12 is 0. No remainder. So 452 divided by 4 is equal to 113. So the answer, how many pictures are in each group, is there's 113 pictures in each group. Okay, let's do one more just for fun. 6 goes into 734. 6. This is what it just looks like typically. When you get to doing long division, you just think, does 6 go into 7? Once. 1 times 6 is 6. 7 take away 6 is 1. Bring down your 3. Does 6 go into 13? Twice. 2 times 6 is 12. Subtract. 13 take away 12 is 1. Bring down your 4. Does 6 go into 14? Yes, it does. Twice. That's 12. And you have a 14 take away 12 is 2, so you have a remainder of 2. And you can stop right there, unless it's a story problem and you have to say it's 122 groups or 122 whatever, with 2 left over. Okay? This is what you have to do today. A bunch of long division. 4 goes into 399. How many times does 4 go into 3? No, it does not. So we can't multiply by 1 here. That would be 1 times 4 would be 400, and we only have 399. So we're going to scooch over here. Does 4 go into 39? Yes, it does. How many times? 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. Remember, this is really 360 because it's 90 times 4. When we subtract, we're going to get our 9 here, and that's kind of like just bringing down our 9. 9 minus 6 is 3, and this is gone, so we just have 39 left. Can 4 go into 39? Well, we know it can. 9 times again. 4 times 9 is 36. 9 take away, I got a 6. It almost looks like a 0. 9 take away 6 is 3. And that ends up being our remainder. And that ends up being our answer. Okay, plenty of other problems for you to do. Please do them quickly. Please have fun, and I'll talk to you later.